Hey everyone, hope everyone's having a fun day. It's rainy and crappy out there. I gotta go out on this fun. Alright, so I think I almost reviewed no, there's still a lot of original Disney Renaissance movies, animated movies of the Renaissance. I have a lot to cover. I think I did Little Mermaid when Little Mermaid remake came out. I did Lion King recently. I still gotta do Aladdin and Tarzan. Oh, I gotta do The Fox and the Hound. I really gotta get that movie. Alright, so let's talk about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So the animation looked good when the movie came out in 1937, which the dwarfs look amazing too. And they do move fluidly in the movie. Okay, let's see if I can remember the name of the dwarfs. Bashful, Sleepy, Happy, Dark, Dopey, Grumpy, Sneezy? I think I got it right. Alright, so Snow White's basically like a mother figure to the dwarfs. So, the evil queen asks a mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? The mirror said Snow White. Well, it didn't say Snow White. Snow White was a baby, I think, in the beginning of the movie. But no, that was a Good Times one. Honestly, there's so many Snow Whites in the Seven Dwarf movies out there. It was basically Walt Disney's first animated movie, and I say it aged pretty well. The story, the characters, all amazing. Unfortunately, there are some people who hate Snow White now, and I kind of see why. They're trying to push girl bosses, strong independent females who need no male in their lives, as inspiration to females now. Snow White is basically, she's a trad wife, a traditional wife. She cooks, she cleans, she's motherly, and I would say she would make an amazing mom. But she's marrying a prince. I mean, there's some theories saying that Snow White died and the prince was deaf. Interesting theory, but I don't know. I mean, she was like what most young females were back in the 1930s, wishing for Prince Charming to come in and rescue them, save them, and give them happily ever after. And I mean, that is okay if some females want that. It's okay. Well, it is a bit messed up that Disney's kind of killing its own fan base, because Disney is aimed towards kids, and a large majority of females who do not have kids is basically the girl bosses are trying to promote. Those females basically, females who work, who spend all the time working to get ahead. They usually do not get married nor have kids. And by the time they do want kids, they're too old to have a kid, well, healthily. And the ones who do have kids are the ones who don't have jobs or stuff like that. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm talking about Snow White. So in the original version, the evil queen was basically the, Snow White's stepmom. I don't think we've seen Snow White's dad in this one. Did we? Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've seen this movie. Also in the book, I believe that the evil queen tried many ways to kill Snow White. The apple was the last one. She tried using what was it? Was it a comb first or a scarf first? The comb, yeah. So the comb, put the comb on Snow White's head and she died from poison. The dwarfs find her, take the comb off, and it turned into a spider and ran off. next with the scarf. I think she turned into like a little girl selling combs. Then the evil queen turned into like a blind guy selling scarves. Snow White bought the scarf. And then she used it to strangle her and then run off. It's a snake. The scarf was a snake. So I guess like she turned a snake into a scarf and have a coil around her neck. Like, if she had magic in the book, why didn't she use that to kill Snow White? Why go to these lengths to do this and that? Oh, the queen was also a cannibal in the original book, I believe, because she did eat what she believed to be Snow White's heart. The huntsman basically gave her a pig's heart instead of a Snow White's heart, and the queen ate it thinking it was Snow White's heart. So she was a cannibal in the original version, well, book version. I'm glad that Disney changed that. Glad Disney did not keep that in. I mean, I don't know why they didn't. I mean, back then they were able to get away with so much stuff. Like, there was a lot of dark stuff that happens, like early movies back then. Then, yeah, Disney is the young way. Is she the youngest princess? Is Snow White the youngest Disney princess? Well, youngest Disney human princess. I think Kiara from Lion King 2 may be younger than her. I still gotta figure out how lions age. Okay, so by 10. So I know, like, a German Shepherd, once they hit the age of 2, they're like big enough to be looking like an adult age. So how old is Kiara from Lion King 2? Because she is the daughter of Simba and Nala. Simba is king of Hard That makes her a princess. I would probably say that Kiara is probably like 4, maybe 2. She's probably less than 10 years old, is what I'm trying to get at. So I think like Kiara might be the youngest princess ever. Wait, no, there's also that princess from A Bug's Life. How long do ants usually live for? Okay, so I think the ant princess from A Bug's Life might be younger than Kiara. I think. Because I know animals age. Yeah. Snow White was 13 years old. And the prince is... How old is the prince? I would say like he's in his 30s, maybe early 20s, mid 20s. A little bit creepy romance, but but again, it was the 1930s. I guess it was legal back then. Okay, wait, no. Beauty and the Beast, I believe, takes place before 1930s. And by then, most people did not live a long, healthy life. You did if you're rich. But if you're poor, most likely you're just going to be a corpse on the side of the street, unfortunately. Yeah, I feel like Beauty lived in medieval times. Back then, health was, they didn't know much about health, like, at all. So that's why many of the females and males married really young, because they did not believe that they were going to live old enough to, become like a legal adult. Most of them didn't because they got sick, didn't know how to treat the cold, it got worse, and mass infection, and they died. I think it was also back then they basically believed, like, if you're injured, we'll just chop your limb off and that will save you. No, it didn't, and I believe it caused, infection to spread. Like, you're not curing the problem, like, at all. No, this one is the signed by Walt Disney collection. Yeah, good luck trying to find more of these. I don't think I'm ever gonna buy one signed by Walt Disney. Well, for one, it's probably gonna go for hundreds of dollars since Walt Disney's dead, and this would be super duper rare. So, okay, what does the DVD look? Bland, no pictures, cool. I just thought it was a perfect story, Walt Disney. I'm kind of glad that he's not alive to see what they're doing with the live-action remake. The live-action remake, yeah, they changed the Snow White into something she never was. It's turned to like from a fairy tale about a young lady wishing for Prince Charming to come, rescue her and marry her, wishing for true love, to kind of reminds you a little bit of Lord of the Rings type stuff. Action, explosions, fighting. It's basically, it's changing it from from a fairy tale story to an action movie, which, and Rachel Zellweger, the trailer so far has over 1 million dislikes, so the movie is not going to do well. Given how much money that Disney put into it and had to delay it multiple times, the movie would have to make well over $1 billion to break even. It is not going to get anywhere near $1 billion. Then again, the Lion King remake got over $1 billion. I don't know how it got over $1 million. But, yeah. So, there might be a small chance that this movie could do well. The live action could do well, but I already know there's going to be a lot of people complaining about the movie once it comes out. So, that would be awesome. Alright, what else can I say? Oh, The Huntsman. Only shows up for a few minutes, then he's gone. We never see him again. I guess he might have skipped town. One of the Huntsmen's going to play a big role in the movie. My prediction is that the Huntsman's probably going to be hunting or stalking. They're not going to make the prince a huntsman, right? And have him stalk Snow White throughout the movie, hunting her down. I mean, I'm not against the Huntsman having a bigger role in the Snow White movie. Maybe going from trying to kill her to turning on the Queen and then protecting Snow White. That would be okay. The new trailer is just called Snow White. So the dwarves are not important. Now, in the original, Snow White cleaned up their home while they come home from work. Like I said, she's a trad wife, traditional wife. The males work. She earns her keep by cooking, cleaning, and basically telling them stories, keeping them entertained, stuff like that. In the remake, Zellweger is basically going to be like a strict mom to them. I'm hoping that they don't. Oh, I already know Snow White's going to be the one that's going to kill the Queen. In the end, not the dwarves. Seeing how Ariel was the one who killed Ursula in the Little Mermaid remake, spoiler alert, yeah, that's obvious. Come on, we all know that's going to happen. So I wonder if they're going to make the Snow White book come out before the movie, like they did the Little Mermaid book come out before the movie. If they do that, they're going to, everyone's just going to start spoiling the ending of Snow White before it comes out. But, yeah, Disney is not doing so well money-wise. They're losing tons of money. Most of the movies are not making the budget back and they're flopping. I mean, they are eventually making money. And that's from, DVD sales, merchandise sales, and other stuff, too. Honestly, I highly recommend this movie. It's nice, it's good. The animation is amazing. The spooky forest is creepy. Oh, they toned it down. It seems like nowadays, kid movies don't have any spine whatsoever. Kids are not as dumb as... kids are not mini adults, yes. But kids are not stupid either. I think like yeah, Mr. Raja's Neighborhood. He said in quote, "A child, yeah, kids can see a phony a mile away." He didn't talk down to the kids. He got to their level, looked at me and talked to them. Kids are not. Well, yeah, kids are not idiots. They can be highly intelligent and can do. Sometimes some kids can be even smarter than the adults and more mature than the adults. Most of the time. Like, I mean, yes, I don't want to give the kids nightmares by making it too scary, but if it's not scary enough, it's not. They're not gonna feel anything towards it. Movies were so much different back when I was a kid. God, I feel so old now. But yeah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is a great movie. It was the first animated movie to exist, and even the creator of Snow White, the movie, the director, even was against the Snow White live action movie, saying that it was distasteful. And I do think once Snow White bombs in the box office, Rachel Zellweger is probably never going to get another acting career after that ever again. She pretty much sabotaged her own career by doing what she did. Alright, so the movie is fun. It's great. Love the characters. The prince is not a stalker. I mean, yeah, somebody did run away from him, but yeah, let's be honest, he was wearing rags. Like, you wouldn't want someone see you looking terrible. You want to be presentable when you meet someone. So that's why she ran. And yeah, he started singing back to her. And yeah, I don't know why they say he's a creepy stalker. Though in the book, yes, the book or the original story version. And yeah, the fairy tale stories usually come from dark, twisted stories. Now, in the original, the prince was a creep who likes corpses, and that's why he kissed her at the end. And in the book version, but they drastically changed the prince in the movie version, where he's not a creep who likes corpses. He kissed her because he wanted to pay his respects. I wonder if they're going to keep the poison apple bit in there, or they're just going to get rid of that. I mean, they're probably going to go with what Good Times Snow White did. The prince went to hug Snow White's corpse, and then when he, lifted her up a bit, the piece of apple fell out of Snow White's mouth and she woke up. Yeah. I mean, that was a bit funny when Good Times did it, though. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did do that. So, I hope everyone has a safe, wonderful day. Alright, so what's Disney movie, what Renaissance Disney movie should I do next? I gotta think which one do I do next. I think I might do Pinocchio. I mean, that's it fits a horror vibe. Yeah, I think I'll do Pinocchio next. Alright, I hope everyone has a safe, wonderful day.